I am Rajendra Katre, Department of Mathematics, Bajaj College of Science, Wardha. Today's our topic is inverse Laplace transform. Now first we see the definition of inverse Laplace transform, which is obtained by using the definition of Laplace transform. Laplace transform of f of t is equal to f of s. Laplace transform of the function f of t is equal to f of s. Then function f of t is called the inverse Laplace transform of f of s. That function f of t is called inverse Laplace transform of f of s, and it is written as L inverse f of s is equal to f of t. So f of t is called inverse Laplace transform of f of s. Now similar to the Laplace transform, formula of Laplace transform, there are some elementary formula of inverse Laplace transform. First formula, L inverse of 1 by s is equal to 1. Inverse Laplace transform of 1 by s is equal to 1. Since Laplace transform of 1 is 1 by s. This is the formula of Laplace transform. Laplace of 1 is 1 by s. So L inverse of 1 by s equal to 1. Second, L inverse of 1 upon s minus a is equal to e raised to the power 80. Since Laplace transform of e raised to the power 80 is equal to 1 upon s minus a. Similarly, L inverse of 1 upon s plus e is equal to e raised to the power minus a. So, this is if there is 1 upon s plus a, then its inverse Laplace transform is e raised to the power minus 80. Next is L inverse of 1 upon s raised to the power n plus 1. It is equal to t raised to the power n divided by n factorial. Or it is equal to t raised to the power n divided by gamma n plus 1. Where n is negative integer, you use that formula. Next is formula, inverse Laplace transform of s upon s square plus a square is equal to cos 80. Inverse Laplace transform of s upon s square minus a square is cos 80. This is the hyperbolic function. Inverse Laplace transform of 1 upon s square plus a square is 1 by a sin 80. Or L inverse of a upon s square plus a square is equal to sin 80. So if denominator is constant a 1, then there is 1 by a sin 80. L inverse of 1 upon s square minus a square, then it is equal to 1 by a sin 80. This is the hyperbolic, sine hyperbolic function. So these are the some elementary formula of inverse Laplace transform. Now I am taking one example which depends on the formula of inverse Laplace transform. For example, find L inverse of 3 upon S square plus 25. Find L inverse Laplace transform of 3 upon S square plus 25. So how to find inverse Laplace transform? By using the formula L inverse of 3 upon S square plus 25 is equal to write that function in the standard form or in standard formula. It is written as 3 L inverse, 3 is constant, 1 upon S square plus 25. This is equal to 3 L inverse 1 upon S square plus 25 is 5 square. Then by the formula number 6, it can be written as 3 into, if there is 5, L inverse of 5 upon S square plus 5 square is sin 5t. But there is 1, not 5. So write there is 1 by 5 sin 5. So total answer is 3 by 5 sin 5t is the inverse Laplace transform of this function. So in this way we obtain the inverse Laplace transform of some simple examples by using some elementary formula. Now there are some properties of inverse Laplace transform. Similar to the Laplace transform, there are the properties of inverse Laplace transform. First is linearity property. Suppose f of s and g of s are two functions, a and b are two constants, then L inverse Laplace transform of a f of s plus b g of s is equal to a times L inverse f of s plus b times L inverse g of s is equal to a into, if inverse Laplace of f of s is f of t, then it is a into f of t plus b into, if it is its inverse Laplace transform is g of t, then it is equal to this. So this is the linearity property of inverse Laplace transform. Then second is first shifting property. First shifting property. If inverse Laplace transform of f of s is equal to f of t, then inverse Laplace transform of f of s minus a is equal to e raised to the power at f of t. This is first shifting property of inverse Laplace transform. This is a very important property. To find in this property, here L inverse of f of s minus a equal to this. So how it is obtained? First find inverse Laplace transform of f of s. It is f of t and there is s minus a. So for this factor multiply by exponential term e raised to the power at. So it is equal to e raised to the power at into f of t. Similarly, L inverse of f of s plus a is equal to e raised to the power. There is s plus a. So first write inverse Laplace of f of s is f of t and s is replaced by s plus a. So there is multiplication of exponential function e raised to the power minus a. So this is the first shifting property of inverse Laplace transform. Second is multiplication by s. This is multiplication by s property. If inverse Laplace transform of f of s is equal to f of t and f of 0 is 0, then inverse Laplace transform of s into f of s. Here there is the multiplication of s with the function f of s, then it is equal to f dash t. So inverse Laplace transform of s into f of s is equal to f dash. It is obtained by the Laplace transform of derivative of the function, which is equal to s into f of s minus f of 0, and we are taking f of 0 is 0. So value of the function f of t at t equal to 0 is 0. Then the multiplication by s property is this: L inverse of s into f of s equal to f dash. Next is division by s property. Division by s. If L inverse of f of s is f of t, then inverse Laplace transform of f of s by s is equal to 0 integral 0 to t f of u d. So f of s by s, here division by s, then its inverse Laplace transform of such type of function is the integral 0 to t f of u d. So what is f of u? So to first find, to apply this property, here we have to find inverse Laplace transform of f of s. Inverse Laplace transform of f of s is f of t. Here replace t by u, then obtain f of u. Take that function inside the integral and integrate with respect to u and apply the limit, obtain the required inverse Laplace transform. Next property is inverse Laplace transform of derivative of the function. If inverse Laplace transform of f of s is f of t, then inverse Laplace transform of nth derivative of the function f of s. Yes, f and s represent nth derivative of function f of s, then take its inverse Laplace transform is equal to minus 1 raised to the power n t raised to the power n into f of t. Here f of t is inverse Laplace transform of f of s. So this is the formula, this is the property of inverse Laplace transform for derivative. Next property is inverse Laplace transform of integral. Inverse Laplace transform of integral. Again, if inverse Laplace transform of f of s is f of t, then L inverse of integral 0 to integral s to infinity f of s ds equal to inverse Laplace transform of integral s to infinity f of s ds is equal to f of t by t. So this is the inverse Laplace transform of the integral of the function, which is equal to f of t by t. Here f of t is inverse Laplace transform of f of s. So this is the property of inverse Laplace transform of integral of the function. Next is convolution theorem or convolution property. Or convolution property. if inverse Laplace of f of s is equal to f of t, L inverse of g of s equal to g of t, then inverse Laplace transform of product of these two functions is equal to integral 0 to t f of t to g of t minus u du. If inverse Laplace of f of s is f of t, inverse Laplace of g of s is g of t, then inverse Laplace transform of product of these two functions is equal to integral 0 to t f of t g of t minus u d. So here, when to find inverse Laplace transform of product of two functions, we shall use the convolution theorem or convolution property of inverse Laplace transform, and it is equal to this. What is f of t? F of t is inverse of f of s, g of t minus u. So first find out, to find inverse Laplace of product of two functions, first find out, separately find inverse Laplace transform of both the functions. Inverse of f of s denoted by f of t, inverse Laplace of g of s which is denoted by g of t. Now put both the values in the integral 0 to t f of t. I want g of t minus u, so in g of t replace t by t minus u, obtain g of t minus u du, and integrate with respect to u, obtain the inverse Laplace transform of product of these two functions. So this is the very important theorem to find inverse Laplace transform of product of two functions. Also inverse Laplace transform can be found by using partial fraction method. When the function is given and degree of numerator is less than degree of denominator, and to find the inverse Laplace transform of such function, we can also use the partial fraction method. Resolve that fraction by using the partial fraction method and take its inverse Laplace transform. So these are the methods or these are the properties of inverse Laplace transform, and by using these properties we can easily find inverse Laplace transform of the functions. So let me consider some examples of inverse Laplace transform. First example, find inverse Laplace transform of 1 upon s square minus 4s plus 20. This is the function f of s, and that function in the denominator contains only the terms, numerator is constant 1. Now we have the formula of inverse Laplace transform. Now denominator contains the quadratic term, and in our formula denominator contains the quadratic term. Inverse Laplace transform of 1 upon s square plus a square. So that formula will be used here, because in that formula L inverse of 1 upon s square plus a square, denominator contains the sum of two squares. So first express that denominator in the form of sum or difference of two squares, complete squares, and then apply the standard formula. So this can be written as inverse Laplace transform of 1 upon s square minus 4s plus 20 is equal to, express the denominator in terms of sum or difference of two complete squares. So this can be written as, this is obtained by taking third term and adding and subtracting, obtain the sum or difference of two complete squares. So it can be written as s square minus 4s plus 20 can be written as 4 plus 16. This is equal to L inverse of 1 upon, consider first three terms, s square minus 4s plus 4 is the square of s plus 2 whole square, s minus 2 whole square plus 16 is square of 4. Now this is the function is expressed in terms of sum of two complete squares. Now we apply the formula. There is the formula inverse Laplace transform of 1 upon s square plus a square is equal to 1 by a sin a. This is the formula of inverse Laplace transform of such type of function. In place of s, there is s minus 2. So here we use the shifting property. L inverse of 1 upon s square plus 4 square is obtained by this formula. But in place of s, there is s minus 2. So first apply the shifting property. There is s minus 2. So take the multiplication of exponential term e raised to the power twice t. And then take L inverse of 1 upon s square plus 4 square. So it is equal to e raised to the power twice t. Inverse Laplace transform of this equal to, when by that formula, 1 by 2 sin 4. 1 by 4 sin 4t. So this is the inverse Laplace transform of given functions by applying the shifting property and by that formula. Now another example. Find inverse Laplace transform of s square plus s to the power s square plus s cube plus s square plus 3s plus 5 divided by s to the power 4. To find inverse Laplace transform of this function, so how to find its inverse Laplace transform? Divide by s to the power 4. Now first separate the terms, then and apply linearity property. L inverse of s cube upon s to the power 4 means 1 by s plus L inverse of s square upon s to the power 4 is equal to 1 by s square plus 3 constant s upon s to the power 4 means 1 upon s cube plus 5 constant L inverse of 1 upon s to the power 4. Is equal to here plus 5 L inverse of 1 upon s to the power 4. Is equal to, continue this. L inverse of 1 by s by using the formula 1. L inverse of 1 by s is 1 plus L inverse of 1 by s square. We have the formula. That formula is L inverse of 1 upon s to the power n plus 1 equal to 3 s to the power n divided by n factor. This is the formula. Here n equal to 1, then obtain 1 upon s square. So n is 1, so it is equal to t by 1 factorial. So t plus 3 into 1 upon s cube. Put n equal to 2, obtain s cube. Put n is 2, then it is t square divided by 2 factor plus 5. 1 upon s to the power 4. Put n equal to 3, obtain it is t cube upon 3 factor. So this is the inverse Laplace transform of given function. One more example of inverse Laplace transform. Find L inverse of 1 upon s into s square plus a square. Inverse Laplace transform of 1 upon s into s square plus a square. This problem can be solved by the different ways. First method is division by s property. Second is convolution theorem, and last is by partial fraction method. So solve this problem by using three different methods. Take one by one. Solution by first method, division by s property. Consider L inverse of 1 upon s into s square plus a square is equal to L inverse 1 upon s square plus a square divided by s. This is given function is written in this form 1 upon s square plus a square divided by s. So it is equal to L inverse. Consider numerator is f of s and divide by s, where f of s is equal to 1 upon s square plus a square. Consider numerator is f of s, then obtain L inverse f of s by s, division by s property. Now find separately its inverse Laplace transform. F of s equal to 1 by s square plus a square. So take its inverse Laplace transform. L inverse f of s is L inverse 1 upon s square plus a square. So it is equal to 1 by a sin a. So L inverse f of s is f of t. F of t equal to 1 by a sin a. Now L inverse of f of s by s is, now L inverse of f of s by s is equal to division by s property. It is equal to integral 0 to t f of u d. This is the formula by division by s property. Now it is equal to, continue, 0 to t, integral 0 to t f of u d. We have f of t, so replace t by u, then it is 1 by a sin a u, 1 by a sin a u d. It is equal to, continue this, it is equal to integral 1 by constant, integration of sin a u is minus cos a u divided by a, limit 0 to t is equal to, apply limit, here minus 1 by a into a square cos a u 0 to t, then it is equal to, apply limit minus 1 by a square, upper limit is t cos a t minus lower limit 0, cos 0 is 1. So total answer is 1 minus cos a t divided by a square. So this is inverse Laplace transform of f of s by s. Substitute this value in equation 1 here. So obtain inverse Laplace transform of 1 upon s into s square plus a square. this is the inverse Laplace transform of given function by using division by S property. Now next by convolution theorem. Next by using convolution theorem. To find inverse Laplace transform of function. So write that function. Convolution theorem is used to find inverse Laplace transform of product of two functions. So express that function in terms of product. So it can be written as 1 by s into 1 upon s square plus a square. Is equal to L inverse. Consider the function 1 by s by f of s and second function by g of s, where f of s is 1 by s, g of s is 1 upon s square plus a square. Find separately their inverse Laplace transform. Then L inverse of f of s equal to L inverse of 1 by s. It is f of t equal to 1. L inverse of g of s equal to L inverse of 1 upon s square plus a square. This implies L inverse of g of s is g of t, and L inverse of that is 1 by a sin t. So here we obtain separately inverse Laplace transform of these two functions. Then apply convolution theorem. Then by convolution theorem, L inverse of f of s, L inverse of f of s into g of s equal to integral 0 to t f of u into g of t minus u d. This is the formula. Substitute the values. Integral 0 to t. F of u, f of t is given. Replace t by u, but it is constant. So take as it is. It is 1. F of u is 1. To find g of t minus u, g of t is given. So g of t minus u is 1 by a sin a t minus u. Replace t by t minus u d. Continue. This equal to integral 0 to t, 1 by a is constant. Now integration of sine. Integration of sin a t minus u is integration of sine is minus cos a t minus u divided by minus a limit 0 to t. It is equal to minus plus 1 by a square cos a t minus a limit 0 to t. This equal to apply limit. Continue. This equal to 1 by a square. Apply limit. In place of u, put t or a t minus a u. A t minus a t 0, cos 0, 1. Lower limit cos 80 minus cos 80. This is the inverse Laplace transform, L inverse of this function. Put this value in equation 1, obtain the required result. So this is the inverse Laplace transform of given function by using convolution theorem. Answer is same in both the methods. Similarly, we obtain this inverse Laplace transform by using partial fraction method also. So in examples of inverse Laplace transform, if it is possible, then we can find inverse Laplace transform by different methods or by applying the properties, different properties. Okay, thank you.